Good afternoon to everyone out there today. This is Destiny. I'm here with Destiny Forever. Guys, I am back and I am doing great on this beautiful Saturday. It's February 8th, 2020, guys. And you know what? Today I'm going to go back talking on the topic called the ego. And I just want to give you some new information and things that I have been studying and I have been sitting with the divine creator, listening, hearing what the universe has to say. But I'm going to get into this video because it's maybe a little longer. But I want to get started. And just say hi to everyone out there. How's the day? This is wonderful Saturday. I think this is one of the best Saturdays that we have had here in a very long time. And I'm thankful for the divine creative universe. And I am thankful for this beautiful weather. I've been waiting for a beautiful day. You guys have not seen me out into nature. Probably been 6 or 8 weeks or more because it has been really cold and rainy. I mean, very rough weather we have been having. It seemed like every weekend, and that's the way it was. But I'm back, and I may get out into nature early. But right now, I'm back here with this video, and I want to talk to you on that topic of the ego. And I do have some notes, so you will see me looking down or away, because like I said, a lot of times I might put my notes in front of me because I don't want to miss the most important things that I have written down in my notes. So this topic is called Maya. Your ego has you believing you need to look for God. And I know some of y'all don't fell off the bed, fell off of wherever you're sitting there like, what in the hell is Destiny talking about now? You know what? Destiny gonna say it again. Maya, your ego has you believing you need to look for God. And before y'all go flipping and turning all kinds of wheels in your head, let's reason together. Now, Maya is another name that is being called or been said to be called the ego. And I'm not going to get all into that right now. I may come back later, but it's an illusion of separateness, okay? And I'm going to explain that probably not at this video. I will get into more details right now, just like to throw the foundation out there first, okay? Give you something to stand on, something that you can search and look for your own self. Then we can come together again in another setting. Then we can share our notes. And then when I'm doing my video, you can drop your comments and we can share information and some new information and everything that you have from your notes compared with mine. Say, we all have our truths now. So we got to respect each person, what they're believing. And I respect your truths, whatever that you want to put out there with your comments. All I ask you is stay respectful, stay in love, stay in peace, and let the light of your Creator God continue to shine through you so we can continue to grow together. We're not trying to bash you, beat. We're not trying to hurt anyone. We're not trying to make anyone feel small or ignorant or stupid. We are all a part of God, your Creator, the universe. We all are one. So when we are hurting someone, we're hurting ourselves, okay? So just keep that in mind. So anyway, today is, again, February 8, 2020, and I am back, and let's jump into this video. The topic is, Mayo, your ego has you believing that you need to look for God. Now let's get into this. The purpose of life is not to find God. Oh, there you go again. Calm down. Just hear me out. Hear me out, and then go do your own research. Not just a little tiny research, not just a little here and there. I mean, dive deep into researching and studying and turn your ears toward the universe and allow the universe, the creator of the universe, God, to speak into your soul consciousness so that light can come on and revelation can be revealed, knowledge will be poured out upon you. But I'm going to tell you again, the purpose of life is not to find God. And you can agree with me or not, but it doesn't really matter. Because that's my truth. And whatever that you add to that statement, you add it on a separate end of that statement, then that's your truth. We all have our truths. You will never convince me that we are here on this planet, here on this earth, to find God. That is not our purpose, people. It is the biggest lie that people believe these days, and we have been taught down from generation to generation, from culture, from Christianity, from faith, from religions, from whatever movement or religion or faith that you're in, Muslim, Catholic, whatever. All types of religions are teaching that we need to find God. Most of those religions are teaching that, has taught that over the years. And that's the biggest thing that now people are still believing these days. But I want to ask this question. Why do you think that you want to find God? Why? Why? God has already found you. I mean, he didn't have to go looking for you. You don't have to go looking for him. If you go deep within you, on the inside of you, there he is. You will find him. He's there. If you stand up in front of the mirror and you look into the mirror, head on, straight face forward into the mirror, you'll see God. He's you. God is you. You're your higher consciousness state of being, the God consciousness. You are God. So we don't have to go around looking for him. He's already there. He's already there. He created you in his image and in his likeness. So whenever you're looking at yourself, you're looking at the perfect picture of God himself, the universe. God has already found you. You are only here on this earth in the first place. It would that you seek the divine creator for your plan that he has for your life, the purpose. And that's what we need to be doing. When we run around trying to create something or whatever that we can worship and call a God. And like I said, God can be anything, people. Now, I'm told you that so many times. We can worship anything where we give our true heart to, our most focus, our most attention, our time, our energy. All that we just so devoted to with every fiber of our being, it can become a God. Okay? Because God has already found you. You are only here on this earth in the first place is because of him. He stepped out into the massness where there was total darkness and there was no light. And he said, let there be. He was already there. But when he said, let there be, and he called for the lights, the stars, the sun, the moon, all that, light came. So when we were created on the sixth day, man was created, there was light. The light was already put in you. It was put in me. It was put in man. So we had the light of the creator of the universe already shining in us. So we weren't in no darkness where we had to find it. He expelled the darkness. Okay, leave that alone. Leave that alone. Okay, let me go on. It is amazing what you sometimes let yourself believe. Even if you could find God, what would you do with him? Think about it. Ask yourself that. He is not your favorite dessert that you can eat, and neither is he your pick and choose meal from the buffet line. I take a little bit of God here, a little bit of God over here. You know, it's either in with this or you're not, because we are all one. You, God, every one of us, his creations, animals, man, nature, we're all connected. We're one. We cannot be separated. So the whole meal, we all have to consume together. Guys, listen. Psalms 82:6. God says, you are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High God. So God is nothing, guys, but your inner consciousness. Thank you. I think someone out there is getting it. What is God? God is nothing but our own inner consciousness. Now, I will agree with you that you cannot always feel God, but that is because you think that you are separate from God, the creator, the divine source, your higher power, your infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call him. I'm not against anything. Long as you'll serve what you know that resonates with you, that agree with your gut intuition, that agree with you as your higher self, the God consciousness that's within us. I don't care, whatever you want to call it. We cannot be separated from him, guys. We cannot be separated from the universe. We cannot be separated from Mother Earth. We are one. We cannot be separated from our brothers and our sisters, but we are constantly warring and tugging against one another and pulling ourselves apart, away from them. But we're just causing division, pain, and strife, and disunity, and all those different things. And that's not a part of the plan of the Creator. That's your Maya. That's the ego that caused that separation. Okay, so what is this separation? I'm going to say it again. What is this separation? That separation, I'm going to tell you again, it is called Maya. And I'm going to spell it because, guys, when I say things, you may not like, well, wow. I want you to go out and search it. Maya. M-A-Y-A. And you're going to have to do some really digging deep to really get the information about Maya as part of your ego, the separation part. Maya is the illusion of separateness. And it's the quicksand of this life that we're living. It's the thing that's going to take us down quicker than anything else. That's the ego. So whenever you forget that you have this capacity to be a God, then you become disconnected from God. Did you get what I'm saying? Whenever you forget that you have the capacity to be a God, that's when you become disconnected from God, your higher source, your creator universe. Because you and God are one. You are God. You are God, little children. God is in you. God is in me. God is in everything in the earth. He's in the air. He's in the breeze. He's in the trees. He's in the animals. He's in the plants. He's in your breath. He breathes life and breath into us, and we became a living soul. Guys, this is deep. It's in your Bible that you love to read so much, then read it for what it is. My Bible is my higher blueprint to my higher grade of conscious state of being. But I read it. And this is all in the beginning of Genesis, the first chapter. Wow. We disconnect ourselves from God. And when we can disconnect ourselves from God, it is very lonely and a very painful place to be in. A very hurtful place, a very confused place. And then we start running around looking for something else to replace the emptiness, the void, the hurt, the pain, and all of that. And the ego is directing you and is driving you, and Maya, your ego, is pulling you in this direction, saying, this will fill the void, this will help you to get over this will help you to soothe the pain. And all those things, it's a program of the ego. It's to keep us separated from our higher source, our God, our creator. We are our higher conscious state of being. We are God. It can be very painful. It is very important to fall into that place. And when you do fall into that place, I'm telling you, that's a place that your ego will grab you and hold on to you so tight. And ego don't want to let go. And his plan is not letting go. You lose touch with your God when you fall into that place of separateness. And then you sink right back down into that quicksand. And that quicksand is that ego. Maya's whipping up all the concrete like. So this time they fall back in. I'm going to make sure it's going to be the hardest time of their life to ever try to pull back out of this. Because the ego wants you. It wants your mind. It wants your body. It wants the control of your life. Guys, without the guidance, there can be no self-determination. Without self-determination, there can be no achievement. Without achievement, guys, there can be no knowledge. And without knowledge, there can be no awareness. And guys, listen, without awareness, there can be no radiance. And without radiance, you might as well be an animal. You might well be whatever that you have created yourself to be. And as I said, that animal, and a lot of us are. A lot of us are animals, we don't even know it. I'm going to leave that alone. Guys, listen, an animal gets up from sleep. That animal eats food. That animal has sex. They also raises children and does everything else that you do. But guys, the difference, that animal has no mind to observe himself in action. But the Creator, he put his mind in you. Let this mind in you be also, let this mind in the Creator universe also be in you. Guys, he gave us a mind. That is the difference between an animal and a human being. So I'm going to ask this question. I'm not being sarcastic or whatever, or being hurtful or whatever, but I'm going to ask, which one are you? An animal or a human being that God created? He created animals, but which one are you? He created both, you know what I'm saying? So let's look at the word human. Human. I'm going to break it down. Human. H-U. Hue. Get it? That means light. Hue. H-U means light. And the last part of human, man, M-A-N, it means mind. Did you get that? Human. 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 Human is the light and mind. Man means mind. A human being is a being of mental light, a being of mind as well as a body. But to experience yourself as a human being, guys, then you have to condition your mind to experience infinity. And guys, you know that we are spiritual beings having a temporary human experience on this planet, on this earth. We are spiritual beings. And again, we are here on this earth temporarily having an human experience. Human, light, and mind. Life asks a question that must be answered, guys. And you know what life asks? So let's go and let's try to get this question answered. Life asks a question that must be answered. So life says to the ego, you came with me into this life, but you cannot go with me into death. I must use you to help carry me across. But I cannot take you with me when I go. Guys, this is the riddle of the ego that we are faced with. Life belongs to the land beyond. The ego is given to you as a companion. Did you know that? The ego is given to you by the divine source, your God, your creator, universe, as a companion so that you can travel the road to the land beyond. But the ego cannot go with you into the land. It can go to you all the way up to it as your companion, and it has to go on your terms, and it has to come to the place where it has to bow down to the God within you, but it cannot enter into the land. Nor can the ego direct your journey in any way, form, or fashion, because the ego does not know where you are going. If you keep on trying to tell the ego where you are and what you're doing and what you believe in, agree with the ego, then you're giving your power over to the ego to dominate, control, and shift you into a lower consciousness state of being and moving you away from your higher, greater self. And then you telling ego every plan that the creator has created for you. And other than that, the ego don't know a thing about where you are going. The ego cannot know that you belong to the ethers, because the ego is not a product of the ethers. It is a product of this earth. And y'all like, Destiny, how you come up with all of this? That's a lot to digest. It's a lot to chew on, Destiny. But to research, spend time, study. I research so hard. I'm just gonna go get one thing. I'll go to every library there is, every science book, every math book, every history book, every Bible, every religion book, every whatever book it is, every information, every page, every channel, everything I can find, because I am looking, and then I learn what I need to know. Is when the creator God of the universe, he pours into my gut intuition, and that pulls me to that place knowing that I am in line and in tune with everything that the creator wants me to say and speak. He is opening up my truths through my gut intuition. That's where Destiny is getting this from. And I'm going to say it again. The ego is not a product of this ethers. It is a product of this earth. It is a friend and a companion to be taken on the journey. But guys, you better listen to me. The ego is not the driver of the car that you're driving. You better be the one that have to drive the steering wheel. You better be the one that's driving that car. And you better know the direction that you are going in. And you better be so in tune and in sync with the universe and moving it with the tone and the frequency of the universe, knowing that you have the power. And you better be the one that's speaking out the destination that you're heading. Ego, you're having the back seat. I'm arriving at this place and that place. And you better not take any advice from the ego. You just don't let the ego have the driver's seat. But that does not mean that the back seat driver will not try to drive. And that ego, I'm going to tell you, he's going to try to drive you. Don't say you better know who you are. Your destination, your plan, the purpose of the Creator. You must take control of this backseat driver and you must commit yourself to your destination. Without this commitment, guys, life has no essence. Life has no joy, nor can there be any achievement. If you are committed only to this earth, ultimately, you cannot enjoy your life because you're not from here. You're not from here. This is not our home. We are traveling. We are journeying through this place on the way back, trying to find our way home. But in the process of us taking this journey, we have to make sure we get everything right. Cross every I, dot every I, cross every T. We got to get it right. We keep coming back and back again and again because we cannot move from where we are until we line ourselves totally up with the universe. So, Earth is not our home. You cannot enjoy your life because your life must go beyond this earth. You may achieve worldly success and all this stuff, but worldly achievement is only for this world. That's not for you. That's what not the Creator God has for you. That is not who you are. That is not the purpose of why you're here. And everybody trying to grab a piece of the pie. Everybody trying to grab a platform and hold on to this world. No, you get the information. You get the wisdom. You get the knowledge. And then with that understanding, you got to pass it on, traveling through. Our spiritual achievement will take you across this life, guys, into an experience of the limitlessness of your existence. Do you know who you are? You will never get across that path over into that place where you can experience the limitlessness of your existence until you come into the knowledge and the power of the Most High God. And the more you experience your soul, the more you can merge into that university from which you came. And guys, I told you in another video, there's more than one universe. There are universities. Universities out there. And guys, we are from one of those universes or one of those planets. Just keep searching. Keep digging. Keep your eyes on the universe. Keep your eyes on your universe. That is why you have a guru. A guru. A guru. Yes, a guru. That's why you have a guru. So that you can know and so that you can experience your soul. And that's why we're here. We have to experience our soul consciousness, our higher, greater state of consciousness being. We are God consciousness. We are spiritual beings. We are not our ego. We are not our thoughts. We are not the programs that they have programmed us and wired us to. We are none of those things. So guys, we have to experience our soul. It is the spirit of guidance, guys, that always, the spirit of guidance that will allow you to reach your destiny, and to become great, your greater and higher self. And you need this guru, this guy, and this angel, not to possess you, guys, not to dominate, not to control, not to rule over you, but to guide you. There's a difference between guiding, being manipulated, controlled, forced, and pushing into something. A guru is not there to control you. An angel is not there to control you, nor are they there to possess you, only to guide you. And you need this guidance and this leading so that you can appreciate who you are, your true identity, your true authentic self. You need this guide so you can be inspired. And you need this guide also to correct you when you go wrong or when you move into the wrong path. You get me? The guru is like a compass. It will tell you where the North Pole is and where you are in relationship to it, but it will not take you there. It sets up a relationship between you and your infinite consciousness so that you can have that guidance to follow you into your life. The guru, guys, the guru is like a pump that pumps the air into a tire to make it useful. And once the job is done, guys, it's done. The pump does not follow the tire down the road. But if the tire does run out of air again, guess what? The pump can be used again so that the tire can keep going. And that is for the guru. The guru is like that gas station that fills you with spirit, that fills you with light, that fills you with peace and love. The guru. Do your research. The guru should take away your doubt, guys. The guru should take away the darkness, the fears and the pains and the hurt and all that afraidness of stepping out beyond your ego, the programs that you have been manipulated and dominated all your life. The guru should rekindle your spirit and redirect you towards your goals and your higher, greater consciousness state of being. He should remind you what your reality is and keep you going toward that reality. He should remind you of your energy, and that you're energy people, that you're energy being, and remind you of your life that you can mind your own business and also keep going in the direction that the Creator God is pulling you. That is the job of the guru. One who has the confirmed habit to speak the infinite truth in all circumstances of your life. Because the guru cannot be measured, and I don't know about a lot of us out there trying to, but we cannot be measured. He opens you up and he tests your very finite being, your inabilities and all that. Measure up your ego against the measureless of your infinite state of being. You can get me. I hope y'all getting what I'm saying. I'm trying to make this easy. I'm going to say it again. Because the guru cannot be measured, he opens you up and tests your very finite, measured ego against the measureless infinity. And that will freak you out. And some of us going to get like, oh, you know, but hey, remember who's in control. Your soul consciousness is in control. It's guiding you to your higher, greater consciousness, to your God, your kingdom of God that is within you. And even though it might freak you out, but it also will keep you on the path of righteousness. Yea, though I walk through the valley in the shadow of death, that ego, that dark night of the soul, I will fear no evil. I will not freak out in my journey going through the fears and the pains because my God consciousness, my higher self, my creator universe is with me because he's leading me on that path of righteousness. Guys, if God gives something to this earth, then guess what? He wants that very same thing that he gives to this earth, he wants it back. And that is the nature of God. That is the nature of your higher source, your creator, your divine source. That is his nature. Whatever that he gives, he wants it back. And he don't want it back all flawed and ugly and stained and daunted up and messed up. He wants it back. Just like you want your talents, he want to increase. If he give you 5% of it, he want 10% back. If he gave you 20, then make it 50% back. He wants it back more than what he gives back to you in a better and fashioner form. Because that is his nature. And the closest to God are those who can understand you and who you are. And remind you of who you are whenever you forget. So you have to remember that. You have to remember that. The world is not a mystery. It is not a mystery. The world is not a mystery, guys. It is a joy to be experienced. But your ego won't let us enjoy our visit to this earth. It keeps interfering. It keeps bringing us into the place of that dark night of the soul, of the dark night of the ego. It keeps bringing us into depression, into fear, into anxiety, into pressuring us to do things that it's against totally from the divine creator God. The ego won't rest because the ego wants your absolutely whole being under its control. It wants to push you out of the driver's seat so it can take over your life and run you so it can wreck you, so it can leave you loveless, so it can leave you fearful, so it can leave you in confusion and hurt and all those crazy things, leave you into negative thinking, leave you there suffering through abuse, believing that you are no good and worthless. And y'all know all about that ego. The world is not a mystery. It is a joy to be experienced. But our ego won't let us enjoy our visit to this earth. The infinite self, guys, is given to us as a gift. And you got to learn that. And you have to start appreciating that gift. But guess what? Most of us don't believe that. We don't believe that our infinite self is a gift. It's our gift to us. And we're just not going to believe it. The moment, guys, that you believe in the self, that's the moment that you are enlightened. That's the moment that the third eye becomes open. And that's when you begin to move into your greater, higher, the highest conscious state of your being. That is your crown chakra. And when you experience the self, then you know that you have to go. It's time to leave now. That your job is completed. What you have done on this earth that you were sent here to do. It's time for me to leave. Now it's time to be separated from the ego. It's time to be separated from all those family and those friends that try to keep me connected to my lower self, to the ego. It's time for me to go now. I know my higher self. I know my infinite power. I know that I'm a spiritual being having a temporary experience here on this earth. And now I've done what the creator of God has sent me to do. It's time to go now. And you go. You go knowing that you are your higher and greater self, that you are your authentic self, knowing that you are God. And that you are God consciousness, knowing that the kingdom of God is within you. You are your higher self, your higher power. and you keep going and you keep going. Ain't no me looking back. The lessons from behind, those are lessons now that you should have learned. And you leave your past in your past. Now you're moving toward your greater, higher self, into that being of your presence moment, your now. Otherwise, if you can't move and keep going, then you are stuck here. You are stuck here, keep repeating the same thing over and over again, going through the same lessons over and over again, doing the same things the wrong way over and over again, thinking in the same wrong negative tones and negative ways and negative vibes. All that stuff you're repeating over and over again, you're still gonna stuck. You're still gonna stay stuck right here in your ego. Liberation is not going to God's kingdom here on this earth, people. Where is the kingdom of God? He's in you. I'll keep telling you. Listen, the kingdom of God is in you. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. The kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven is in you. There is no such kingdom to go to. No other place but within yourself. The kingdom of God is right here. I'm going to say it again. It's right here. Right here where you are right now. So that guru, he is a guide that can take you from the darkness into the light, that marvelous light, the light of the divine creator, that light that opens up your higher state, that light that comes on here, up here at your crown chakra, that the kingdom of heaven. The guru is an ocean where you can totally merge yourself and come out washed. And you'll be totally, absolutely clean. The guru is a store of technical know-how where you can go and can get taken care of so that you can, and so that you are fit again to take up the responsibility of this planet. You are in control. You are the power. The guru is the secret chamber of your inner self where you can confide your greatest secrets and be guided into the light of righteousness. Those who qualify according to these criteria are truly the blessed ones who have come to serve humanity. So to ask you, what is your purpose? I'm here to serve humanity. I am here to serve the people of the Creator, to lead and guide them to the greater and higher self, to lead and guide them into the light, away from the darkness of this ego world. You're here to serve humanity and to carry us through those times when we seem like we can no longer go on ourselves. That's what that guru is there for. He's your guide. He's your guide. Mayo. Some people reading that monster different, but Mayo. Your ego can only come along with you on this journey, but it cannot cross over it. And you have to remember, always, guys, that you are in the driver's seat and you are headed on your way home. You have served what you have served humanity, when you have served and done what the Creator God has called for you to do, then you can move on and let your guru guide you home. On that further note, I'll talk to you in the next video. Guys, I love you. I'll see you the next time. Maybe I'll come back and expound upon this and break this down a little bit deeper right now. I just want to put it out there as something that you can study and search for yourself and go out there and do some intensive study on this. Mayo, M-A-Y-O, is the separateness of your ego. of you and being you coming your higher, greater self. I'll see you at next video. Namaste. Continue to have a great, wonderful Saturday. Bye.